Thank you. On behalf of the entire team, thank you so much for this award, which we really appreciate. First, Dick Manning. The Manning family and the Ferguson family have known each other for more than 50 years. I don't even know when we first met, but we go back a lot of decades, and which came in handy, Dick, because I called my mom, who's here today, and I invited her to this luncheon. And I said, hey, Mom, the office is getting this big award. Would you come to this luncheon? And she said, well, let me check my calendar. And my 89-year-old mother has the busiest calendar of anyone in this room. And so as she was looking for a calendar, I thought I needed to promote it a little bit. So I was telling her what the lunch was, and I said, and by the way, Dick Manning is getting an award. And my mom said, oh, well, I'll just be right there then. So thank you for that, Dick. And to my mother, it is my birthday, so I know you'll all allow me a special moment to say thanks to my mom 53 years ago for everything. Two of my siblings are here, two of my 6 siblings and my wife, but my mom and dad, my late father, they were great role models. We were very lucky kids. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I was at an event for the legal community downtown, and Sal Mangia, who I assume Sal's here somewhere, was introducing the McKay brothers to say a few words. And he mentioned what distinguished legal careers the McKay brothers have had, but what Sal said was the most impressive thing that they've accomplished in their legal careers is they were the recipients of the Goldmark Distinguished Service Award. And as he said that, I saw people in the audience nodding their heads. This award means a great deal because of what it represents and how important it is. Also because the Goldmark name is attached to it, Charles Goldmark and the Goldmark family. I worked with Peter Goldmark when he was Lands Commissioner. He and I would have dinner together at times, and Peter would talk about his family, his parents, his siblings, and you know, I've always had a great appreciation for the Goldmark family, but their service and sacrifice is in many ways unique in our state's legal history. So please, big round of applause for the entire Goldmark family. And Jorge and your team, I mean, Colleen, the team in the video said it so well. We just have so much respect and gratitude for you and your team. I mean, those guys are just rock stars. One more round of applause. Really, those guys are. And I remember, Jorge, I remember well that phone call that weekend, because the travel ban was signed on a Friday night, and we did talk Saturday at 3, and I decided to file the lawsuit. And you're right, we were calling around to other AG offices. And it's important to remember, you know, now the president takes an action, and there are many AGs filing lawsuits. This was the first executive order, one of the most consequential, if not the most consequential, very consequential executive order. And as the team was going to work, doing the legal research, drafting the complaint, drafting the TRO, the declarations, the exhibits, my God, you know, the amount of work that was going on. I was reaching out to fellow AGs around the country, and this is not a criticism, but, you know, we couldn't find any takers. Hey, Bob, let's wait. It's too soon. We don't think we have standing. We need to talk to our governors. There just was a lot of reasons to wait. And, you know, Dick, I think you said, you know, you're pissed sometimes what's going on. I just got to be honest with you, I was pissed. And I think the team felt the same way. And we just felt every hour mattered. And to the credit of my team, that weekend, if you turned on Anderson Cooper and you listened to Jeffrey Toobin or Professor Dershowitz or so-called legal experts, they all said one thing: a legal filing by an AG's office challenging the constitutionality of that travel ban will never work. That was the conventional wisdom. That was it. And the travel ban was popular, but to the credit of my team, who performed so brilliantly under challenging circumstances, they felt differently. They felt there was a path to stop that travel ban. I don't know how they did it, but that weekend, they worked all weekend around the clock, and on Monday, we filed that complaint. And on Friday, of course, we were before Judge Robart, and he issued his ruling stopping that travel ban. And you know, what the president did was outrageous. It was outrageous, and I just can't tell you how. You know, I just can't tell you how inspiring it was to be part of a team, and these are some of the folks here who, you know, just put everything aside. You know, Marcia was on a vacation with her family, right? And just You know, her husband drove her back to the office. It was all hands on deck for a very intense experience. And to Jorge's point, you know, it is strange to celebrate. And I just want you all to know before we leave the stage that we accept this award in the same spirit that Jorge mentioned, which is we appreciate it very much, but we recognize there's a lot going on right now. Colleen was just back in New York arguing the Dreamers case on the rescission of DACA, successfully, I might add, another win. And I called her up the next day or 2 days later. I called her up and the cell phone coverage was bad. I said, Colleen, where are you? She said, well, I'm in Quincy, Washington. She was taking depositions for a sexual harassment case, workers in that community. I mean, the team is working hard. LaRon Baker will be before Judge Peckman here in the Western District of Washington to argue a summary judgment motion on another outrageous policy, the transgender military ban. So the work is by no means stopping or even slowing down. So I want you to know is this team is deeply, deeply committed, just like Jorge's team, to the rule of law, to upholding the civil and constitutional rights of every single person in this state. And I just want you to know we are just getting warmed up. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.